Bonjour, and welcome back to Paris Top Tips. I'm Alain, your YouTube guide to Paris. And today, I've got something really special for those of you planning your trip to the City of Light. If you've got just one free day in your Paris itinerary, you can actually visit one of the most magical places in all of France, and even the world, Mont-Saint-Michel, nicknamed La Merveille, or the Wonder. It may sound impossible, but trust me, it's totally doable. In fact, I did it myself yesterday. I bought my ticket online on Trainline, filmed the whole experience, and spent 5 full hours on site, which is plenty to see everything. And the best part? The whole round trip can cost as little as 64 euros. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how to make this unforgettable day trip happen, stress-free and on a budget. The most affordable and straightforward way to get from Paris to Mont-Saint-Michel is to take the Nomad train to Pontorson, followed by a shuttle bus that drops you off right at the foot of the Wonder. And the easiest way to book your round-trip train ticket online is through the trainline.com website. Let me show you how to do that. Just type Mont-Saint-Michel in the destination box and make sure to select Mont-Saint-Michel, not Pontorson Mont-Saint-Michel, to ensure that your ticket includes both the train and the shuttle bus. Then select Return, and in the outbound box, choose your preferred travel date and be sure to select the departure time between 6 and 7:30 am to catch the right train. But just beware, this train does not run every day. For the return, select 4:30 pm or later to ensure you're booked on the 5:22 pm shuttle bus back to Pontorson. As you see, one of the suggested outbound options is a 7:32 am train, which gets you to Mont-Saint-Michel at 12:22 pm. Click on Continue. And for the return journey, you are now offered a 5:22 pm shuttle bus connecting to a train at Pontorson that gets you back to Paris at 10:06 pm. Click on Continue to move on and choose your seat preferences. Continue again. Provide all the requested contact details. Now all that's left is to pay, either by credit card or with PayPal. Just next to the Montparnasse Tower, the tallest building in Paris after the Eiffel Tower, you'll find Montparnasse train station. It mainly serves Brittany, the Loire Valley and the southwest of France, and even a bit of Normandy, since Mont-Saint-Michel is technically in the Normandy region. There are plenty of shops here if you need to grab a bite. Perfect if you didn't have time for breakfast. There's even a bookstore, which is great because I'll be spending a total of 8 hours on the train today. Speaking of which, my train has just been announced. It's departing from platform 22. Let's go on board. No, it's not one of those TGVs, the high-speed French trains that zoom along at 360 km per hour. Still, this one will take us to Mont-Saint-Michel just fine, just at a more relaxed pace. Be careful when boarding. It's actually two separate 7-car trains that will split during the journey, and only the rear train goes to Pontorson. The front one heads to Granville, so make sure you're in the right section. Ah, here's my car. I'm in seat 73, a window seat on the upper level, perfect for enjoying the view along the way. Someone was sitting in my assigned seat, so I politely asked her to move. On this train, seat reservations are mandatory, but some people still board without a ticket and buy one later from the ticket inspector during the journey. The train is quite modern, and your seat comes with a tablet, a reading light, and a power socket, although the socket is shared between two seats. There we go, right on time. And the ride goes on, long but smooth and uneventful all the way to the end.
Notre train arrive en gare de Villedieu-les-Poêles.
We've just arrived at Pontorson Mont-Saint-Michel station. Now let's head over to the shuttle bus, which will take us straight to our final destination, the wonder itself. The queue was a bit long, because while my shuttle ticket was already included with my train line booking, many others had to buy their tickets directly on the bus, and that slows things down. But eventually, we were all set and ready to go. I won't lie, the weather was on my side that day. Couldn't have asked for better. And finally, we were getting closer. The Mont-Saint-Michel was just ahead. The road bridge to Mont-Saint-Michel is closed to regular traffic. Only shuttle buses and vehicles belonging to residents or workers are allowed to continue. And here we are, exactly 4 hours and 50 minutes after leaving Montparnasse station. I'm now standing on the bridge that separates Mont-Saint-Michel from the mainland. The Quenon River meets the sea here and splits into two arms that flow on either side of Mont-Saint-Michel. Without the modern bridge, the site would still be a true island, just like it was for centuries. With the tide out, the bay has transformed into a vast open space, and many people are already out walking or preparing for a guided stroll across the exposed sands. Mont-Saint-Michel might be one of the most visited sites in Europe, welcoming over 3 million visitors each year, but it's also a real village. That means entry is completely free. The first thing I'd strongly recommend is to head to the post office, just a few meters to your left as you enter the village. There, you can pick up a very well-made and incredibly useful map of Mont-Saint-Michel, available in 14 languages. As you enter, the first thing you'll spot on your left is the iconic restaurant La Mère Poulard, famous around the world for its fluffy omelettes. The prices here are pretty outrageous. I mean, who's really ready to spend over $50 for an omelette? That said, they're known to be exceptional. So if this is a once-in-a-lifetime trip for you, why not give it a try? In fact, there are quite a few tourist traps here, especially if the restaurant has a view of the bay. But don't worry, as we make our way up to the Abbey, I'll show you two spots where the food is good and the prices are fair. My recommendation? Head straight up the cobbled main street all the way to the entrance of the Abbey and visit it first. That way, everything else you'll do afterward will be downhill, literally. La Sirène, which means the mermaid, is a crêperie where you'll find excellent crêpes at reasonable prices. It's located on the first floor of this shop, but seating is limited, so you might have to wait a little. You might think there are a lot of people here, but actually, it was a very calm day, despite the beautiful weather. In summer, it gets much more crowded. There are 4 museums along the way up to the top. You can visit them if you want, but honestly, they're not really worth the price. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. There are plenty of souvenir shops too. Why not pick up a keepsake while you're here? Just keep in mind, like the money changers in a temple, these merchants tend to charge a premium. On your left, as you head up the street, you'll find the charming little parish church of St. Peter. It's definitely worth a quick visit. And on a hot summer day, it can be a welcome refuge from the scorching sun after climbing this steep cobbled street. From this point onward, all the way to the Abbey entrance, the main street is no longer just an incline. It turns into a series of stairs. Visiting the Abbey costs €13. If you plan to go on a busy day, I highly recommend booking your ticket online at the URL on the screen to skip the long queues. At the entrance, the left lane is for groups, the middle lane is for visitors who've already booked their tickets, and the right lane is for those without one. The last time I had visited, the queue on the right stretched all the way down the long staircase, so booking ahead really pays off. We're inside now, but we're not done with stairs just yet. The grand staircase now leads you up to the church itself, perched at the very top of the mont. At the top, you're rewarded with a wonderful view, one you can take your time to admire while catching your breath. You get a wonderful view of the surrounding landscape, but also a stunning close-up of the Abbey church itself, which rises 80 meters high, built on a platform about 80 meters long. At the very top stands the Archangel Saint Michael, who, according to legend, appeared in dreams to Saint Aubert, the bishop of nearby Avranches, and summoned him to build a sanctuary in his name on this rock. Before visiting the church, you have to first head to the West Terrace. The West Terrace offers a unique and breathtaking view over the Mont-Saint-Michel Bay, which stretches across nearly 500 square kilometers and opens out onto the English Channel. This is a 16th century bas-relief depicting the four evangelists. Also from the 16th century, here is a bas-relief showing Adam and Eve being expelled from paradise. And here is a depiction of Jesus descending into limbo. In the church, you can pick up a leaflet that presents the Abbey in 14 different languages. Next, we come to the cloisters, a true masterpiece of Norman medieval architecture. Here, we transition from the Romanesque Abbey church, built between the 10th and 12th centuries, to a stunning Gothic structure from the 13th century. It's this part of Mont-Saint-Michel, along with all the structures built beneath it along the rock, that earned the site its famous nickname, the Marvel. This is the refectory, where monks would eat in silence, while one of them read aloud. Just below the refectory is the guests' hall, a magnificent Gothic chamber designed to welcome kings and nobles. In this crypt, enormous pillars rise to support the core of the church above. Next is the wheel room, home to a huge man-powered wooden wheel built in the 19th century to lift food to prisoners held in the Abbey after it was converted into a prison. In the Monks' Promenade, we return to the simplicity and strength of Romanesque architecture. But it leads into the scriptorium, a striking example of Gothic architecture, where monks once studied and painstakingly copied manuscripts. And just below the scriptorium is the final room, the shop. Outside we saw the merchants of the temple, but here it's merchants in the temple. Since the Hundred Years' War, the construction of ramparts has earned Mont-Saint-Michel its reputation as an impregnable fortress. 7 towers communicate with each other by a walkway. From the North Tower, you get one of the best views of the Abbey rising above the rock. Let's head back down the main street to the second food spot I recommend at Mont-Saint-Michel. If you're looking for something simple and good, I really like Au Pèlerin. It's a great spot to grab a beer, a sandwich or a quick snack. And the owner is super friendly too. Now that you've visited the Abbey and grabbed a bite to eat, you should have between 1 and 2 hours left before it's time to head back to the shuttle bus. So here are a few other things you can explore in the village while you're here. The cemetery, for example. Strolling through the village with its granite stone houses and resplendent greenery under this magnificent weather, what a joy! Just 30 meters away, thousands of people crowd the main street. Yet here, I'm completely alone. Time to climb back up the ramparts and taking the view one last time. Time to say goodbye to Mont-Saint-Michel. I'm now in line for the 5:22 p.m. shuttle bus back to Pontorson train station. I'm sitting in the same car, at the same place. Less than 4 hours later, I'm back in Paris. A long journey, yes, but what a breathtakingly beautiful day it's been. So now you know, when you're in Paris, yes, you can make it to Mont-Saint-Michel and back in just one day.